Today, Governor John Carney released his fiscal year 2025 budget to the members of the General Assembly and the public. This right here is what he released to us. Now, he came out with a slide presentation which will be released to the public here soon, but a few key takeaways from it. The operating budget for the state of Delaware, which he's looking for, is $6,074.9 million to operate the state of Delaware for next fiscal year. He's also looking at a $91.8 million supplemental budget, also to run the state of Delaware next year, and a $943.7 million capital budget for capital projects for next fiscal year. A couple takeaways so far. Now, Joint Finance Committee is going to start looking at these bills, the budget bills, starting next week, and they're going to be asking questions. We've got some great members of our caucus on Joint Finance. We've got Senator Lawson and Senator Buckson. Why they need certain things, if they're asking for increases, what these increases are for. And I commend them for the great work that they do. A couple takeaways. One, we are not going to take any money out of our budget stabilization fund. Now, the budget stabilization is something that started a few years ago. It's when we have high revenues in the state, we kind of put some of that away. Think of it as a savings account. One of the things that is the biggest driver of an increased budget is healthcare costs. Healthcare costs for state employees and retirees, and healthcare costs for Medicaid recipients in the state of Delaware, to the tune of $2 billion. Out of our $6 billion budget, $2 billion is just for healthcare costs. That's an insane amount. And one of the things that I'd like to look at, not only through our joint finance, but through some other means, is finding out why our healthcare costs are so high for our employees, for our retirees, and for our Medicare recipients in Delaware. We need to start putting a cap on that. We need to figure out a way to drive down some of those costs without sacrificing the service that our employees, Medicare recipients, all the people that count on that insurance are getting. So that's one of the things that we need to really look at. Some of the other things that of note is more investment in education, which really should come with a caveat. We need to see where our money's going in education. Make sure that we're getting the best bang for our buck. We are going to be starting to look at teacher increases, starting teacher increases, getting all our starting teachers to at least $60,000 a year to be competitive with neighboring states. I think that's a good thing, but we also need to make sure that the teachers have the tools that they need in the classroom without a lot of overburdensome regulations, tasks that they have to do, so they can spend as much time as they need to in front of the students, making sure that the students that are in their classrooms know what they need to know in order to be successful once they get out of our public school system. That's just a real quick preview of what we're going to be looking at in the budget. Members of Joint Finance will be joining this podcast here at some point in time as well to talk more about what they're doing in Joint Finance. But one of the things we need to do as stewards of our money, we need to making sure that we are looking at these budgets, we're going through them, and we're making sure that every dollar that we spend is the best dollar that we can spend for you, the taxpayers of Delaware. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.